Listen to this, because the internet has been going wild ever since Claressa Shields popped up showing off that huge engagement ring like it was the Super Bowl trophy. She really had people thinking Papoose got on one knee, pulled out a rock big enough to blind somebody, and asked her to lock it down with him.
Come in and vibe with me real quick. What's me? I get on here first. Man. Y'all know that your girl is a foodie. Duck fried rice, baby. Duck fried rice, because we were in the UK. And I ordered me some jerk wings from another Jamaican place. I'm finna give y'all the names of the places in a minute. Where else was she at? Because I tell my supposed to be y'all wife and stuff. You see this big old ring on my finger? Bling, ding, ding, ding. Engaged. I'm getting tired of people asking me, when your wedding? When you gonna have kids? Like, yeah. If y'all want to see my outfit that I'm wearing, go on my Instagram page. I just posted up some pictures right now. We got done eating pizza, chicken. Girl, overfeeding us. No. That pizza was so average.
People were stunned, the hip-hop streets were buzzing, and nobody expected this twist at all. So Clarissa goes online acting like her man just made things official, talking about save the date, and the whole comment section instantly hit chaos mode. Folks weren't just confused, they were genuinely trying to figure out how she was planning a wedding with a man who's still legally tied to another woman. People were dragging her in real time like, engaged to a married man with a cluster ring? Stop playing. Another person jumped in with, when's your wedding? When's his divorce? And then somebody else made it even messier by saying she must be marrying Remy too, since legally, that ring still belongs in Remy Ma territory. The jokes were flying nonstop, but the concern was loud too. People were asking if Clarissa really understood the situation she just stepped into, because Papoose hasn't exactly wrapped up anything on paper, and once the timeline remembered how Remy and Pap's whole situation was already messy enough, from the cheating allegations to both sides dropping hints without fully spilling tea, the internet felt like Clarissa walked straight into a storm with no umbrella. But here's where it got even wilder. Some fans started saying Clarissa didn't just accidentally step on toes, they think she knew exactly what she was doing and wanted to spark a reaction. Others pointed out that Clarissa has always been bold, and if she's claiming Papoose as her man, then she's clearly not scared of anybody trying to correct her. The streets were talking heavy, and people were saying things like, she better be careful because Remy is not the type to play around when it comes to her name, her man, or her business. And the internet wasn't letting up. Comment sections were like a full-blown block party with everybody yelling over each other, cracking jokes, dropping theories, and trying to piece together what's real and what's just noise. People kept saying Clarissa was moving reckless, calling this whole situation Don King a drama, comparing it to one of those fights where somebody knows chaos is coming and still steps right into the ring anyway.
Hey Don, why'd you rob Mike Tyson and Muhammad Ali like Barack Obama robbed us?
Because I love them. I love them, and I thought it was just so nice that they would give me an opportunity for me to make them rich so that I could rob them, because they were poor when they came to me and there was nothing to rob.
King was a piece of shit. This is true. And he did take advantage of me, because he only did that because I allowed him to, because of my trust. You know what I mean? I'm just the person that when I'm with you, I give you my all. And I was under the impression that they were people like me. They always, I fed into the bullshit that we're together, we're brothers, and we're going to fight together. And anybody would love to accept that. Everyone wants to be a part of a family and just have a goal and accomplish a goal together. But he had different ulterior motives than I did. He's a fat piece of shit.
Now, here's where things get even messier, because the reason people think Papoose might be over there Don King of Claressa Shields with that ring that looks like it came straight out of a gumball machine is simple.
I've told Papoose. I told them, why don't you tell this stuff? Why don't you tell your current come up? Because that's what it is. Tell your current come up. Don't say nothing about me. Maybe not even say nothing about you.
Folks remember exactly what went down after his first breakup with Remy. When Remy Ma hopped online back then, she didn't sugarcoat anything. She said that as far as Papoose is concerned, Claressa Shields is just a come-up. People couldn't believe she actually said it, but she stood on it like she meant every word. And that wasn't all. A few months ago, Remy Ma spoke up again and claimed Papoose had this manipulative, controlling energy and that once they split, he was real bitter about her leveling up. She even said he got pressed because she finally found a man who treated her right and could compliment her without her paying his bills.
He realized got a regular nigga that can rap, but just not the way we do it. By the way, he makes $50,000 per battle, has about $5,000-6,000 a year, so he makes at least $40 million a year. You understand? Great credit score. I never seen a person with a credit score like this in my life. Like the richest people that I've been around. But anyway.
That comment alone had the internet screaming because it painted a whole different picture of Pap than most people expected.
Unlike some people who beg me to add their name to one of my properties and I have a fucking lien on it because they don't pay their taxes. He couldn't fathom why him. So I said, she was saying, why hit me? Why good? Why you fucking lying? Why you lying? You was devastated. Got a regular nigga that used to work for sanitation, got a pension plan, got a 401k, that happens to rap, was able to overcome your manipulation, was able to treat me nice. Not just because the camera's on, not just because people are watching, but because he genuinely felt like that. Not because I was paying his bills, not because I was taking care of his kids. None of that. None of that. And then after I created my battle league, Phone 23, I helped him make another battle league that's popping. He signed himself he literally that day signed himself to Split Your Records and dropped a single the same day.
So when Clarissa showed off that ring and acted like she just won the championship of love, the internet wasn't buying it. People started whispering that she should have been way more careful before saying yes to a man who allegedly popped the big question less than 2 weeks after she locked in an $8 million contract.
With this deal that we have here with the $8 million 2-year deal is a $3 million signing bonus. So that's before I get inside the ring. That's what makes this so lucrative. I'm only 30. In 2 years, I'm 32 for us who can't count. And then I'll be trying to retire at 38. So I have 8 more years. So just be getting my just due right now. So I'm getting both my $1 million. I was supposed to get both Olympic gold medals. And then I have 19 world championships, 4 undisputed titles, and 5 different divisions. There's a lot of math and stuff going on here, but I feel like I'm finally getting my just due. And this wouldn't have been possible. It wouldn't have been possible. Y'all about to, I'm going to say it. It wouldn't have been possible without Papoose. Papoose and went, Papoose and Win Records have been working together for about 3-4 years now. And since I've met Ruben, he has been just so nice and so open. And the last fight when we had so much success at LTA, where we sold out 16,000 fans, that was because myself, Papoose, Win Records, and Sleep Promotions all worked together collectively to make that work.
Commenters were calling it reckless, saying she moved too fast, and some even said she made herself look wild because the timing felt way too convenient for a man who just watched her secure life-changing money. Some folks were straight up saying she got played, calling her dumb for accepting a proposal before really checking the situation. Others said it looked like Pap was trying to secure a new spot right when her bag got bigger. The streets were buzzing and everyone had a different theory, but one thing was for sure, nobody believed this engagement was as simple or sweet as Clarissa made it seem. While people were already calling Claressa Shields wild for saying yes, the internet wasn't done. Some folks were like, hold up, something's not adding up. Because everyone knows Papoose is not about to go buy a woman a ring the size of a world championship, NFL, or NBA trophy, and then turn around and pair it with a little cluster ring that looks like it fell out of a Cracker Jack box.
Claressa Shields, as a fan, we don't do clusters, girl! Huh? Claressa Shields, as a fan, we don't do cluster engagement rings, girl! Come on! I know nobody in your camp probably told you. And listen, I'm not knocking you at all, because this is something that the man's supposed to do. Okay? But Clarissa, you are the top female boxer in the world right now, baby girl! You don't deserve no cluster. We do solitaires. Even my TikToking ass know that.
The jokes were flying everywhere, and the comments were brutal, but people were clearly suspicious.
If he preferred that young lady, why would he sit there and buy her that big ass Super Bowl ass ring like that? That is a class action lawsuit ass ring. I would have never been so proud to be like, bling, bling, bling. This is my engagement ring. That looked like a class alumni ring. Out of all rings, that was like up there as showmanship. That's what you decided to present to that young lady. I get it. I get it. Love is love. Love is love. I feel like you could have went a step further in presenting something pure. That don't look pure nor genuine. Why would you want to have a heavyweight ring on that girl's finger and you supposed to love her? That don't look nothing of girly. It don't look nothing of girly. It don't look nothing of it. You can have it like a color, nothing. Just not. That look dull as fuck. I'm really shocked, but not shocked because from what you proven, ring it right at the end of the day. And Papoose, you had an experience from your first wife. I know Remy would never accept that type of ring. So for you to present something to that young lady like that, that's not right.
And honestly, people had a point, because even though the ring was getting roasted left and right, others were saying if she likes the ring, why does anybody else care? But the internet never stops at the simple answer. Oh no. People had questions, theories, and a whole lot of side-eye energy.
You know, the only thing that's crazier than that girl showing off her ring from a married man, her engagement ring to her fiance who's married to somebody else, is y'all in her comments putting pictures of y'all's rings in her comments because y'all say her ring ugly. That is so rude. Like, that's like proposing at somebody else's wedding. Like, yeah, I see your big gaudy ghetto ugly ring, but look at my pristine diamond. Why y'all doing that to that lady? Leave her alone.
People were arguing in the comments asking, does it really matter if Claressa Shields is out here wearing a ring that looks like a Super Bowl championship piece instead of a traditional engagement ring? Some were saying it didn't matter at all, while others insisted something was definitely off. But here's where it gets really spicy, because according to the internet detectives, the same ones who catch every detail like they work for the FBI, Clarissa might have been trolling the entire timeline. These detectives swear that the video clip she posted showing off that ring wasn't even new. They claim it's actually an old video from years ago when she was engaged to someone completely different.
Hey y'all, it's your girl Millie Chan, and I'm here with an update. Clarissa has called us goofies and told us that this video was from 3 years ago. My question is, why is this video circulating if it was from 3 years ago? Now, she just made this post now maybe 3 hours ago in her stories on Instagram, but why would you make this post on TikTok? Right? She says she is not engaged. Papoose hasn't proposed to her because Papoose is married. So, and I guess we ran with it because the fact that she's talking about having a baby, she is actually with Papoose and they hear out loud loving each other or whatever. But I will say this. I am glad to know that she is not proposed to. This is not a good ring.
People started pulling screenshots, comparing nails, comparing backgrounds, and acting like they were putting together a full documentary. The theory spreading online was that Clarissa didn't just post an old video, she purposely recycled it to get attention and stir drama, especially now that everyone is talking about her, Papoose, Remy Ma, and all this messy relationship confusion. And because the internet loves chaos, once that theory dropped, the comment section exploded again. People were saying she played everyone, others insisted she was trolling for fun, and some said she just wanted to keep the spotlight on her since the breakup news between Papoose and Remy have been making waves for months. It turned into a full-blown debate, and every minute the theories got even wilder. So after Claressa Shields jumped online acting like Papoose dropped to one knee and turned her into the new Mrs. Papoose, the internet went into full investigation mode. People were trying to understand why she pulled that stunt, and the responses were ruthless. Some folks said she was doing way too much for attention, calling her desperate, and saying she was trying to force herself into a storyline that wasn't hers. The comments were getting colder by the minute, and nobody was holding back.
Female stalkers before, but it's usually after I fuck them. I never had a female stalker that I didn't fuck. And this is kind of new for me. So this is actually what happened. I did the face-off between Amanda Serrano and Katie Taylor. I'll read in the cue cards. We talked about this last week, but I'm going to fool my audience who don't know. I'll read in the cue cards. On the cue cards, it says, the most watched women's fight ever, Katie Taylor against Amanda Serrano. I don't know what's the most watched female boxing match. Now, don't get me wrong. I love female boxing, but I never studied who was the most watched female boxing match. So I'm just reading what's on the card.
Then somebody brought up something even messier. Just about a week and a half ago, Cameron called her a straight-up stalker.
After that, she goes on a DMs me, yo, you got that wrong, champ. Da-da-da-da-da. I'm the most watched female fighter. Fine. I say, congratulations. But after last night, which was the next day after the Jake Paul main event with them.
Mm-hmm.
I said, you got some catching up to do. Cool. After that, she says, I look forward to breaking records. I put fire emoji. The next day after that, she goes, does a 20-minute interview dissing me. Cam is trying to rewrite history. Cam don't know what he's talking about. Cam is crazy. This nigga, he don't like black women. Da 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 da. And I'm like, bro, all I did was read what was on the cue card. How I'm trying to rewrite history. I didn't know who was the most watched, but I did know after the Jake Paul, Mike Tyson, and they co-made event, it was 50 million, 60 million, whatever it was watching them. All this turns into Cam don't like black women. Cam is hating on me. I'm trying to rewrite history. I didn't know the history. So then I left it alone. I said what I said on the show.
He claimed they were beefing because he didn't acknowledge her as the most recognized and watched female boxer in the world, and she apparently did not like that at all.
Then she tagging me in videos talking about, yeah, Cam, look at this, and that, third. So I left it alone. She tagged me again. So I DM'd her back. I said, this is stalking at this point. I don't want to give you the attention you don't want. You're going to get the attention that you don't want. I'm telling you. I said this in the DM. She said, let's go at it. And that's where it went. I'm just a funny. So I just started clowning her. After I'm clowning her, she go back and forth. Look, sir, I don't know you, homeboy. I don't know nothing you do but box. I have no opinion of you. I don't care if your fight was the most watched or not the most watched.
According to him, she pressed him over it, and he hinted that she didn't know how to let things go.
I do not know you from nowhere. So that's all the back and forth, but I was just having fun with it over the weekend. And she was putting up shit, I was putting up shit. But everything she was putting up, she don't know what the she's talking about. I got robbed. I never got robbed. Nigga tried to take my Lamborghini from me. I said no. I got shut up behind it. No disrespect, I'm not saying that's a smart thing to do. But you don't have your facts correct. When you get your facts correct, I'll tell you you're right, but all your facts are incorrect. Look, mister, I don't know you from nowhere. I hope you enjoy your life. I hope you have fun, but I don't know you. I'm not trying to rewrite history. I know one thing for sure, two things for certain. You don't have the most watched boxing female match ever, period. So that's all it was. That's what happened over the weekend.
That whole situation had already been causing a storm online, so people felt like her suddenly posting this engagement ring clip was her trying to shift the attention back onto herself.
Then what happened was, I said, listen, you got 15 fights and 3 knockouts. Good. So she put up murder. She puts up, I'm mad I'm not in the studio. My flight got delayed. You got to get me out to murder. It's up to you to get me out to 2 with the demons. I want to be in studio for this. I'll be there tomorrow. But the point being is, it's all over viewership. That's all it's about. And then I put up, look, you got 15 fights and 3 knockouts. So she put up, you want to be the 4th knockout? So I put up when she was sparring with and knocked her out. And she ran in the car to get her knife. I says, from everything I'm learning, because I learned about this girl all weekend because people tagging me. She want to fight every nigga. She want to fight Gennady Golovkin, Keith Thurman, what's my Porter. She want to fight niggas. So I'm like, if you really a nigga, just say you a nigga. I don't know what you are at this point. But she has a problem. And when she want to fight Jake Paul, she want to fight mad niggas. So I showed her when she was fighting a nigga, cleaned the clock. Stop playing with people like that. And then she got mad.
But the wildest part? After she got everyone worked up, Clarissa eventually popped back online like, psych, gotcha, that video was from 3 years ago. The internet lost its mind. People said she played too much, and others said she embarrassed herself for no reason. Add that to Remy Ma claiming Papoose was just using her as a come-up, plus all the jokes about her ring looking like a bargain bin cluster piece, and this whole situation turned into a circus that just kept getting louder. And then there was Cameron's comment that had everybody talking. When he said Claressa Shields is a straight-up stalker who told him if he kept talking smack, she just might be her next knockout. That line alone set social media on fire. People were quoting it, remixing it, and dragging the drama into every corner of the internet. People were saying this whole storyline had too many plot twists for 1 week, and Clarissa wasn't making anything better with her trolling. So tell me, what do you think about Clarissa posting that ring to make it seem like Pat proposed, only to come back later and admit it was old footage? What do you think about Remy saying Pap is using her, social media clowning her cluster ring, and Cameron labeling her a stalker with hands ready for action? Drop your thoughts in the comments because this situation is getting wild. And while you're down there leaving your thoughts, make sure you like, share, subscribe, hit that hype button, and show some love. I'll catch you in the next one.